All right, welcome to another man's point of view. I am your host, the Space Luchador, and today, horror story with the Space Luchador. Well, not horror, but horror story, right? Single mom story for you. Now, this one is close to my heart because it involves a cousin. All right, you know how it is. So, anyways, um, quick story, right? That leads to a crazier, worse story, which proves everything that I say about single moms. All right, so real quick, I have a cousin, right? And he was dating a girl, right? And you know how it is between cousins. You show it off, right? You go, well, check this out. Look what I got, right? And it shows. She's pretty cute, pretty cute. And hadn't seen her in person, right? So I was curious. And so, anyways, we were out and about, right? Out in the street somewhere, and apparently they worked together, right? Now, I was there visiting my cousin, right? And so he goes and he gets in a line, right, to get some food. This was his lunchtime, by the way. And there he is in line, and I'm like, I'm not too far away, but I'm there just enough to see all this shit play out because, the man's point of view can see all this shit. So, anyways, there he is in line, waiting and shit. Finally, his turn comes up. Right now, of course, he didn't tell me she was a single mom. All he said was, "Oh, look, I got a new girlfriend," right? No details, no nothing, which, by the way, is a red flag. All those guys that do not want to say anything, no info on their supposed girlfriends, there's something wrong. So, anyways, me being the Space Luchador, I already know this, right? So I'm looking, he's in line, and right before he can order, this girl comes up, right? Cuts right in front of him, says what's up. I think gave him a hug, right? Right there, right off the bat, I knew that was her. So, anyways, she orders all sorts of shit, gets the shit, right? And just leaves. Right? Now it's my cousin's turn. By this time, I'm getting closer. He gets, right? He gets the point, right, where you're right at the window. He proceeds to pay and then just walks off. I'm like, what the hell, right? So I come up to him and tell him, so what the hell was that? Turns out, he only had enough money for his own food, but him being the boyfriend, right? He had to pay all the shit that his girl asked for. So there you go. For being a nice guy, he lost everything, and then that's where he spilled all the beans, right? Turns out she's a single mom, right? All of that. Yeah, she was cute, all of that. Now, keep in mind, I was training him through all this, right? Which is why he was hiding this from me, right? So, to take it to the next level, right? To show you everything that I'm talking about. Why would this happen, right? Think about it. Why would it happen? Well, because he allowed it to happen, right? He was hiding her from me, which, by the way, little thing called pussy radar. Girls already know what they could get away with. I know it's hard to accept, but it is what it is, right? They know what they can get away with, or at least to what level they could take it, right? So she was confident he was gonna pay. That's the only reason. That explains her actions, which, by the way, she was a veteran, a veteran single mom, because now I'm gonna take it to the next story. Check it out. So I take it to the next level by investigating, right? And it turns out she has a history of doing this type of shit. So, anyways, I find out through some investigation, like I said, and some damn elbow grease, that this girl was apparently living with another guy, and you've heard this story before 1,000 times, right? Maybe millions, of the nice guy that starts not necessarily marrying the girl, right? But he lives now with a single mom, right? Basically takes the mantle for Mr. Number One, which was the original dude, right? So, anyways, this guy was a co-worker of her, right? Just like my cousin. So no surprise there. And he was living with her, right? So at some point, something happened. I don't know the details. Something happened at work. He sues the company, somehow wins, and gets this big sum of money, right? Settlement. So what does he do? He does the classic nice guy. He says, what am I gonna do with all this damn money? Oh, I know. I'm gonna give it to my girlfriend, right? And I'm gonna tell her to hold this money for me, right? Until at this time that I need it, right? Now, sure enough, you could already see, right, what's gonna happen. So, and sure enough, it does. So he gives her the money, and this is what I always say why, and it's why I understand actually why guys seem to have this fascination with women and single moms and all this shit, the red pill, all that shit, because of these type of situations, right? So, anyways, he long and behold, he needs the money, right? So he shows up and he says, all right, remember that money I told you to hold on? Right? I'm gonna need it now. Guess what? Right? She goes, I spent it. Now, if you're a veteran, like an old dude, you would have known not to give her a damn dime, and you should have expected that this was going to happen. So anyways, her big excuse was, well, my dad had a health problem. I kind of let him borrow the money and this and that, right? So you need to speak to him. Right? This guy being a nice guy, which, by the way, I want to pause it right there real quick. Think about it. That's why I always say think outside the box. Why the hell would her only move be, oh, you know what? I let my dad borrow it. Go talk to him. Why would she do that? Right? If not because she knew that this guy was so gullible, such a dumbass that she knew that he was going to go and actually talk to dad, which, by the way, he goes on to talk to the dad. Dad goes, I don't know who the hell are you, right? My daughter gave me the money. Go talk to her. I mean, you could predict this shit, but and then, so anyways, now he goes back, right? And the girl's like, well, I don't have the money, right? My dad, through a little bit of, blaming him and dad blaming the girl and whatever. In the end, he basically lost the money, right? And here's the stupid part, which brings back to all the shit that I always say about single moms. His big ass excuse after all of this, right? Which is, you could say it's borderline evil, right? Like they planned it out and shit, right? He says, what really hurt me, it wasn't the money. It wasn't even the fact that she spent it. At the end of the day, he's giving me this big ass speech, right? Like at the end of the day, she helped out her dad, right? And some good came out of it. What really hurt me is that I lost a son. And it's like, you lost a son? What do you mean you lost? He's like, yeah, after that, obviously we broke up and well, I was helping her with the kid and now I don't see him and this and that. And it goes back to my single mom's video, right? Of why do guys always go back? It's like the default of it. Well, what really hurt me? No. What hurt you was the money. You knew she backstabbed you. That was the final draw. And that's why you guys broke up. Either that, and I bet you, as a matter of fact, I guarantee it was her that broke up with him because of the money. Because, like, I ain't paying back. And I ain't giving you no ass either. Right? On top of it. But there you go. Horror story number one. There's many more to come right now. I'm not that good a storyteller, right? But that's basically what happened. Two nice guys fell victim to a single mom, and They fall victim to them every day. But like I said, if you're able to see it, you could predict it, right? And you could see it coming a mile away. And if you listen to the Space Luchador, I'm gonna show you all the tips and tricks so this shit won't happen to you. Two, if you're anywhere near it, right? All this shit, I'll show you how to fix it so it doesn't happen, right? Like I said, and how to do it right too, right? Because you don't really have to go through this, Again, literally, both of them, right? My cousin and this guy set themselves up. Think about it. Who was in line waiting for this chick to show up, order all this shit, and then ended up paying? My cousin. So who is it? Who's the dumbass? My cousin. Bottom line. Fact. Now the other guy, right? Who the hell told him that he could trust, right? And then give her the money and be like, when I need it, just that, and I know. Human beings, right, and all that shit. But you ain't dealing with human beings. You ain't dealing with normal people. You're dealing with a woman, right? This is a woman situation. Single mom, by the way. So that's what makes the difference, and that's the big mistake. You gotta break away from society telling you that, human beings and a normal person, and yes, all of that. Now add on top of that the fact that this person or human being that you're dealing with, right? Human being is a woman. I ain't saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying you gotta first and foremost, she's a woman. And she's gonna do what women do. In this case, a single mom. So there you go. Horror story. It's true story, by the way. True story. No made up shit. And yeah, this guy lost the money. And his biggest gripe was like, yeah, what really hurt is that I don't see the kid no more. Really? Really? So all you guys out there need to stop this shit about the kids. All right? The only reason you got into this damn situation because you liked the woman. That's it. She happened to have some kids. You didn't know what the hell you were doing. And you lost. Big L. Right? Now learn from it. Right? Now Space Lucha's going to hold you by the hand and show you how it's done. So there you go. Space Lucha out on the first ever horror story. Right? Single mom horror story. And there's a whole buttload of it. Got some personal ones. Some favorites. Top 10 and all that shit that are coming. So there you go. Space Luchador out on this one, and look forward to the next one.